Mwasom ya umwanchi omurigererwe getasini kya Ndizi TV nabwo bwansu bwo Gusii no kwegena kwa na litkoria ondigenderete ko bari toere rukigma na muno genderete kwego kya asoko bwatimiro billions getasini keiga hekerode litkoria Jumatano achinga kimono toroche buna abari kya mangana kurwase chinyumba awacho burali mense ya Kenya nigo besokire bena chinsemo mense ya Kenya asenchire mojo gukora ukorobekana eri kurwanera obosibore bwabo asekeria abatababuna abari kya mangana nigo babere bakunererwa asegeka chinga kibare ase obokorerwabo namuno okogosererwa chinga kibakorika amangana negati yababwatani anene abarayi bage siasa egati yababwatani bande muno korwase serikali ko kwarigania senchera bena semesema ya CHINSA ISANO na IBERE ngumenyubuna naraya na kwariganira senchera ere eyobwenge ekarabo igotoganyete kegima itoiwe naraya yo murayiwense Dr. William Samuel Ruto abwate gokwana achinga kyarabega kubwatkengwa ya bene gochiase gochiasa aba Kenya kurwase nyumba y'oburayi ya State House mu Nairobi nengwana tokanyete yo arabega kubwatoka ekero kene yonsi korwa boniga ikono mwanchi murgereri ekararabeka gochaka kubwatkengwa ya ni gotrako ira ya mase ya mogo ikasensemeyo iriyo toiwe buna narayaya abwate komanya aba Kenya iri triane EVERLYNE OSERO uriya tokubwatira na sensemo ye manyerero ni gakoro kwa LYDIAH musena biga Abigael nyanchama narokene kya chibicanero gichawe kera senchira benango kwariganyo beko gusanga amona ntwikomeryo Sensemo ya Facebook na bawatanyara wetera Ndizi TV News Digital, sensemo ya YouTube Ndizi TV News, waigase website ito, na boko ya somo wetera www.ndizitv.net, eri otogendere gusanga asobwamo. Ama ye CHINSA ISANO na IBERE asobwenye, toko ya chaka bene, awase abari kia mangana kurwase CHINSA mense ya Kenya, babere baweso kia nagoso asechipara senchire moyokorobekana, kwe murunga nerio kounererwo kwa berego koenekiwa asegeke kurwase nene aba ubisa boburende na baigo ababwata au nigo abarikia mangana korwase chinyomba cy'oburalime county ya Kisii batatigiri magega asibabere bawesoke na wikirana ase chiabisi cyabateneneri boborende mu komanda bo banyanyimbo asekeria bakumugania bega ko baenekeria bunanigo barabe bagotingirwa borende chinga kibare ase obokoreri bwabo nyora yose nigago cha chinga kutwarorera segeka niga barikia mangana babere bago itwana bande koraswa chinga kibare ase emerobere yabo alene chinga kiechiga cyokorobekana okuko genderete koenekiwe mense ya Kenya nekegori ya jenziva kwa mereria obugima bwe serikali ya Kenya kwanza asetwarorega tia barika mangana nigo babeire bakogosereriwa na bande boigo koruterwa chitiagas na bande wakwa amasasi nabono nigo bariki bagenderete korera serikali kweneke buna batingiriwo burendi na boigo banyorire obusipure bwabo korengana nerichiko imeye katiba yensi ya Kenya.
Tuko hapa leo kuonyesha mshangao wetu kwa sababu tumelengwa na watu fulani na makundi fulani ambayo si hayakubaliki, na pia wakati mwingine na maafisa wa polisi tunapotekeleza wajibu wetu wa kuhakikisha kwamba tumeweka serikali pamoja na jumuiya ama jamii ili kuwajibika katika mambo yao kwa wananchi. Leo tuko hapa pia kudhihirisha wazi kwamba sisi si watu ambao tunafunja sheria, lakini tunazingatia sheria. Inashangaza kwamba kuna makundi fulani ambayo huwa yakiona tukitekeleza kazi yetu kwamba wangependa kutuumiza. Hatutaki, na tunasema kwamba sisi ni watumwa na watumwa lazima waheshimiwe. Tutazungumza mengi kwa sababu hii ni siku yetu na ni rasmi kwa sababu tumefahamisha serikali kwamba leo tunataka kuonyesha vile tunavyotekeleza wajibu wetu bila kuingiliwa.
Vile vile nimejiunga na wenzangu hapa kuwaarifu maafisa wa polisi na yale magenge ambayo yanakabiliana na waandamanaji katikati ya mji wa Kisii kwamba si vyema wanatufanyia, manake unapata wakati mingi wanatuzuia kupiga picha ama kuchukua taarifa za wale ambao wanaandamana. So kutoka hapa sisi tunaelekea katika ofisi ya kamanda wa kaunti ya Kisii, kamanda wa polisi, tuweze kumwambia yale ambao tunapitia kama wanahabari, Vile vile tutaweza kuenda katika ofisi ya kamishna wa kaunti ya Kisii, ambapo pia tunaweza kuzungumza naye yale ambayo tunapitia kama wanahabari. Na zaidi na waambia yale makundi ambayo yanahangaisha waandishi wa habari na vile vile wale maafisa wabaya. Hata hivyo si wote ambao ni wabaya, lakini kuna wale wachache. Tunataka kuambia kwamba sisi hii ni kazi yetu, na sisi hapa ni watumwa, na sisi tunafanya kazi ya kutangazia wao habari.
Chisemone chinyinga barikia baba wesoke na korobekana kwabo kunende no korobekana ko murembe gati yabo county ya Nairobi, Mombasa, Nyeri, Kakamega gati chinde chinyinge gati yabarikia bo kurase county ya Kakamega no nyana bonigo babere bakwerera enchira babere bakogosera rwachinga kibako genda gusaka amangana maya kurwase chiabisi ache gati yabo bisa anene abana siasa asikire baterana nigo babere bakogosera rwakegima yentoye ko ba obwoba bwegwekirania emirimo yabo asenchera erengekirano.
The biggest shock I got was that when he ushered me into the office, he started ranting at me. He never gave me time. It is like he was aware of what I wanted to ask. Because I heard him mention, you are coming here for the ambulance again, ambulance story. So he ranted at me, he questioned me if I was even aware that he was a political appointee of the governor of Kakamega. And so if I was there to justify that there was some negligence in the government, those are all that stuff. I kept my cool. But then he told me, if you are man enough, you publish that story. We shall meet with you in the streets. Do you know me? I'm capable of killing. I'll kill you.
By tomorrow, we want to see action happening. We want to see the chief officer being called to record a statement to that effect. We want to see police swinging into action and delivering justice to us. Because this is not the first time we are facing this. We are coming out because it has become a normal occurrence.
Togotigana bono na yarengete obusbure bwa barikia mangana nenekero tokwegenda muna serikali nechiye gotegerera ekirere kigana kwenekia buna oburendi obutingu obwabere bokurwe gwago chiase abarikia mangana nabwo babere bakwegwa amaskani nechinga kinyororo achogwikirania obokoreri bwabanene korengana nerichiko rye katiba asenche moyo kwenekia obokoreri burobuya asense moyo burendi anene asechichera imensi ya Kenya nigo bono muraiwense Dr. William Samuel Rutabere kwenekia tiani wa bene komo commissioner omonene wechichera Senator Patrick Mwiti oyo bakagotiani wa bene mambiarera senyuma yobora State House imeyo mocho Nairobi asari irajo gochya kubwatoka obokorera burobuya ase onsemo yechichera okwanda nigo ruto abaga komwakera mbiamono ase oribageria berega konyora na kumuboria kwenekia bunango bwatera nare nabo bisabande aso kwenekia obokorera buroburunge ase chichera.
Patrick Mwiti Arandu, do swear that I will well and truly serve the Republic of Kenya in the office of the Commissioner General of Prisons of the Kenya Prison Service, and that I will do justice in accordance with this Constitution of Kenya as by law established, and in accordance with the laws and customs of the Republic, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. So help me God.
I am persuaded and confident that the responsibilities that have been assigned to you as Commissioner General by virtue of this appointment are merited, and the prison service is looking forward to your leadership as you lead the prisons team in making sure that our correctional services are managed appropriately in the best interests of the country. And the reform process that is going on at the prisons will be undertaken under your watch and stewardship. And I want to pledge and commit my support and that of the entire government to you and the prison service as you undertake the great transformation that we want of the prisons service.
Chinga kia chiboigo rutoni gabaga kuria ira yogo chia kwene kia bunango kiraniare chira chia betega kuria chio kwene kia buna ensemo yoburendi mensi ya Kenya yaberege kubwatuka obokoreri boro buyago chia se abananchi asabaga kwa bayinekeria abo bisa ase chichera buna nigo barachie gwikirania umuroberi obubwaga chibwe chinyomba aserigorirense ora chikokonya ase okorwa mazingira maya yobokoreri chinga kia chiruto nabaga kwene kia buna egatie chira ichio abetega kuria nogo ikirania kwa maganyo yaba bisabuburendi mense ya Kenya agati yabo okomentwa kwemesara ikiateba bunanigo arache kwena kia kiabereke wikiraniwa asubwango.
We are undertaking a huge program on ensuring that our prison service have decent housing. We will be working with you and your team to identify the areas, to work with the State Department of Housing, to ensure that our prison officers, men and women, live in decent housing across the country. And again, I will be expecting of you to provide the leadership and stewardship in that area so that we can accelerate the housing program of our prison men and women. As a commitment that I made to our men in uniform, from this month, we will be living up to our commitment to enhance the salaries of our policemen, our prison officers, in line with our commitment that we made. So you come into office with good tidings for the men.
Mancho mligeri bonongo manyuwa umuraibu enso chakire kubwatuka engwana yaye asechinga kiechita trande ya maseye mogo ikasi nyumba yobra State House elio toiwe nara yaya abwate elio kumanyia aba Kenya elio tariane EVERLYNE OSERO.
We are undertaking a huge program on ensuring that our prison service have decent housing. We will be working with you and your team to identify the areas, to work with the State Department of Housing, to ensure that our prison officers, men and women, live in decent.
We'll be proposing amendments to the Evidence Act and the Criminal Procedure Code, among other necessary legislative amendments to all statutes relating to corruption, to expedite investigations and prosecution of corruption and economic crimes cases, and provide for their conclusion within 6 months. We shall also be proposing amendments to the Witness Protection Act to overhaul the statutory and institutional framework to protect and incentivize whistleblowers and enhance witness protection, making it easier and safer for citizens to come forward and report corruption as well as other criminal activities. Number 3, within 90 days, we shall propose amendments to the Public Finance Management Act and Public Procurement and Disposal Acts to overhaul the institutional and operational framework of public procurement, which has been identified as the epicenter of corruption, conflict of interest, and abuses of office in the public sector, with a view to deploying digital infrastructure within the next 6 months. The aim of this measure is to provide an open and transparent public procurement platform which gives open, real-time, and end-to-end public visibility of public procurement from advertisement to award of contract and to whom it is awarded and what amount the people of Kenya will pay. Number 4, I have engaged with the parliamentary leadership and asked Parliament
to expeditiously pass the Conflict of Interest Bill with the explicit caveat that I shall veto any bill enacted if it does not establish the highest bar with respect to accountability, integrity, and anti-corruption. I will make full use of the power given to me under Article 115 of the Constitution to make sure that the bill meets the appropriate standards set out in the original bill. Number 5, while fully respecting the independence of the national justice, law, and order institutions, and pursuant to a commitment to consult and collaborate in leveraging their institutional capabilities in effective, expeditious, and conclusive investigations in respect of all active cases, it is essential for these institutions to provide a time frame to the people of Kenya, because that is what the people of Kenya want, within which proceedings shall be concluded, and the same timelines clearly communicated to the public. Number 6, about 400 billion shillings is spent on tax expenditure every year, especially on VAT refunds, a process that is largely opaque and with limited accountability. Within 90 days, I will be working with Parliament to provide a legislative and regulatory framework to make this process transparent, open, and accountable, with a view to reducing this huge public expenditure and direct savings from this exercise to the productive sectors of our economy. This is going to be a very important exercise of engaging Parliament in consultations with the people as to whether it is right for us to spend 400 billion Kenya shillings every year collected from the people of Kenya to pay a few companies on matters of VAT refund. Number 7, the government will also work with Parliament to tighten legislation to reduce and eliminate imports of goods and products already manufactured in Kenya, so as to promote our value addition, our manufacturing, and industrialization program in our quest to create more jobs, create more opportunities, and create wealth in our nation. We must have a national conversation as to whether we want to be a supermarket for products from other countries, or we want to produce products that we already have manufacturing capacity in Kenya. In my last address to the nation, I undertook to consult a broad spectrum of stakeholders from all sectors, levels, and regions in order to constitute a broad-based government. In line with this undertaking, I will be forwarding additional names to Parliament for vetting prior to appointment, based on the understanding of the Cabinet's essential role in driving the transformational agenda that makes Kenya a better, more just, and more prosperous nation for all of us. Once constituted, the new cabinet will steward our transformation agenda that is already in place in providing effective and efficient public services, expanding opportunities for employment and wealth creation, and creating a tide that lifts every boat. Our collective ambition is to turbocharge the performance of our economy to achieve our universal health coverage, which ensures that no one is left behind or impoverished on account of healthcare costs. Also offer an equitably funded education system which looks out for learners from vulnerable backgrounds and ensure that Kenyans from all walks of life live in safe and dignified housing through our affordable housing program. Additionally, our transformation agenda commits to provide reliable clean water, last-mile connectivity of electricity, and to secure more business opportunities for enterprises and employment opportunities for our young people, both here at home and abroad. Our explicit aim is to transform Kenya into a middle-income society, and it is essential for us to urgently mobilize adequate resources to fund these necessary programs and projects. Consequently, after extensive consultations, I have nominated the following persons for consideration and approval by the National Assembly for appointment as cabinet secretaries. I commend the leadership of diverse organizations, both in public and private sectors, including political parties, for their encouraging response to my outreach to consult on forming a broad-based government. Their willingness to set aside partisan positions and interests in order to join a visionary partnership for the radical transformation of Kenya is a historic gesture of their patriotism. I know and I understand acutely the huge expectation of the people of Kenya on me and this administration. And I equally understand that that responsibility can be made easier if we work together as a nation. And as I said, the opportunity we have to work together across political lines, across different divisions, is much more greater than the challenge and the crisis we have in our hands. I take this opportunity to express my appreciation for their commitment and reiterate my pledge to engage alongside them in a national conversation that is inclusive, citizen-centered, and aimed at consolidating and accelerating the actualization of inclusive growth and national transformation. As I take this step, and as I expand and broaden this administration, I am acutely aware that the responsibility of managing the affairs of the country vested in the cabinet, in the expanded cabinet, will require of us to work together and to focus on that which brings honor to our country. I will shortly give you the list of my nominees. Just hold your horses. Just hold your horses. Great. Oops. That's the old list again. Where did it disappear? I think this is the problem of making it very confidential and not allowing many people to have a look at it. As you're all aware, the list I sent to the National Assembly, I have since amended so that Roslinda Soipan-Tuya now goes to the Ministry of Defense. The Honorable Aden Bare-Duale moves to Environment, Climate Change, and Forestry. I have now forwarded the name of John Mbadi Ngongo to the Ministry of National Treasury and Economic Planning. Salim Mvuria Mgala, Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry. Ms. Rebecca Miano, Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife. The Honorable James Opio Wandai, Ministry of Energy and Petroleum. The Honorable Onesimus Kipchumba Murkomen, Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. The Honorable Hassan Ali Joho, Ministry of Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs. The Honorable Dr. Alfred Nganga Mutua, Ministry of Labor and Social Protection. The Honorable Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, Ministry of Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Development. The Honorable Justin Bidan Njoka Muturi, Ministry of Public Service and Human Capital Development. Madam Stella Soy Langat, Ministry of Gender, Culture, Arts and Heritage. I am still working on the other pending nominees, and I will be announcing them shortly. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless our great nation, Kenya. Asanteni sana.
Ndizi TV, ubwansu bw'omu Gusii.